Hello, Hamburg. Christmas greetings all the way to you from grey London town, more specifically from Debbie here at 91 Judd Street, where I have a flat in a Georgian house in Bloomsbury. And because I'm marginally obsessed with all things historic in London, I thought I'd read you a poem by T.S. Eliot called The Preludes, which is an atmospheric piece really about this part of London in the turn of the 20th century. The winter evening settles down with smell of steaks in passageways. 6 o'clock, the burnt-out ends of smoky days. And now a gusty shower wraps the grimy scraps of withered leaves about your feet and newspapers from vacant lots. The showers beat on broken blinds and chimney pots, and at the corner of the street, a lonely cab horse steams and stamps, and then the lighting of the lamps. The morning comes to consciousness of faint, stale smells of beer from the sawdust-trampled street, with all its muddy feet that press to early coffee stands. With the other masquerades that time resumes, one thinks of all the hands that are raising dingy shades in 1,000 furnished rooms. You tossed a blanket from the bed. You lay upon your back and waited. You dozed and watched the night revealing the 1,000 sordid images of which your soul was constituted. They flickered against the ceiling. And when all the world came back and the light crept up between the shutters, and you heard the sparrows in the gutters, you had such a vision of the street as the street hardly understands. Sitting along the bed's edge where you curled the papers from your hair, or clasped the yellow soles of feet in the palms of both soiled hands. His soul stretched tight across the skies that fade behind a city block, or trampled by insistent feet at 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock. And short, square fingers stuffing pipes, and evening newspapers, and eyes assured of certain certainties. The conscience of a blackened street, impatient to assume the world. I moved by fancies that are curled around these images and cling. The notion of some infinitely gentle, infinitely suffering thing. Wipe your hand across your mouth and laugh. The worlds revolve like ancient women, gathering fuel in vacant lots. So that was London in the early 20th century, and I'm not sure there's very much that's different today. We still have lots of grimy newspapers that are blowing around the street, and yes, we have people lifting their blinds to wake up in the morning, and lots of people queuing for coffee at coffee stands, and there's the sound of birds, even in a city. But I'm not sure we have a lonely cab horse at the end of the street. Although, interestingly, in this house, I researched the history of who lived here. And in 1911, there was a gentleman called Alfred Bates, who happened to be a cabman. So he may well have had a horse steaming and stamping at the end of the street. Anyhow, that was London at the turn of the 20th century, and I would just like to wish you a very, very happy Christmas and a very healthy and happy 2022, where hopefully there'll be a bit, COVID won't be dominating our lives as much as it is at the moment. And so, yes, happy Christmas, happy New Year, all the way from London and from me in Bloomsbury. Bye.